Well, do you know where I am right now?
You in Vegas?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas, but do you know exactly where I am?
You in the Thomas, where? Thomas and Mack?
I'm inside the MGM where you've got your Sports Personality of the Year award.
Oh, really? Oh, great times.
I'm literally on the spot, man.
Mate, great times, man. Great times.
Let's crack on with this, Joe. Great to speak to you, man. First of all, Joe, this is a special fight. This fight, Joe. What do you think? What do you think of? Let's do Canelo first. What do you think of Canelo?
Well, listen, what can I say? To be honest, when he stepped up in weights, I had my reservations to whether he would be as effective, fighting big guys, especially as he come up through smaller weights and so on through the years. But what can I say? He's carrying his punch power. If anything, he's looking more effective because I think he's fighting slower guys, so he can trap them down. And he's 5'8". So when you're 5'8", I used to hate fighting smaller guys. He's 5'8". He gets in there, he throws in power punches, and he seems like he keeps improving. Like, he surprised me as super middleweight when he fought Callum Smith. To be honest with you, I thought Callum Smith, because of his height and his reach and his size, will cause problems, and he's a very good fighter. So is Billy Joe. So Canelo seems to be nullifies any opponent he's fighting at the minute. So.
Because all those guys, I mean, Billy Joe's, 6 foot 5'11", but he's a big 5'11". The other, lots of the opponents, Caleb Plant, 6'2", Callum Smith, 6'3". He doesn't even seem to worry about it. He's just got an answer to everything these guys do. And you know who else used to do that? That's exactly what you used to do. You used to find a solution, find an answer to whatever the other man had.
Yeah, you're right there, Bunce, mate. Yeah, so that's why I'm impressed. And I'm impressed as well because he's 50 plus fights now. And what I love about Canelo, he reminds me a little bit of his attitude of myself, where my dad used to say, always train like a challenger and not like a champion, right? So considering the money he's made, you can just tell he's just a consummate. He loves boxing. He loves to be a champion. He wants that legacy more than anything. And I love seeing that. And every single fighter he fights, he motivates himself. He's fit. He's in great shape. You very rarely see him have an off night. And he wants to hurt the opponents and make a statement. So what can I say? He keeps himself grounded. He keeps winning, and he's got to be one of the best fighters pound for pound, right?
No, absolutely. Now he's trying to do something. So he's about to do something that you did, but you did it over a 10-year period. He's trying to do it inside a year. He's going to have all 4 of those belts during that same period. You had them. You've had all of those 4 belts around your waist, Joe.
Yeah, okay. No, come on, Bunce. It wasn't my fault, mate. It took me 9 years to get a unification fight. Have a word with somebody. I got 4 world champions. But yeah, you're right what you're saying, Bunce, mate. But like you said, the disappointing thing with the Kessler fight, there was like for dispute. I was IBF champion also, but there was a mandatory against, I think, Robert Stieglitz, whoever he is, right? And so that was not undisputed. Although I like to still say I'm undisputed champion. He's a technicality, mate. Joe, technicality, mate.
I still say you're undisputed, but as you say, he will be able to have all 4 of them in theory. But what about Caleb Plant? Because let's be honest, he's a guy that's done a lot of his stuff, on the outside, in the shadows. He's unbeaten, he's young, he's determined, and I tell you what he's got, Joe, and I've liked it this week from talking to him. He's got a lot of pride and heart, mate. I can sense it in him,
Yeah, listen, he's a world champion in his own right. So he's going to come into this fight, and he shouldn't feel like out of place. A lot of fighters probably come in as an opponent, and he should think, I'm a world champion, right? But I watched the bits of his fight. He's undefeated. He's tall. Good. He's got quick hands. I like how he moves. He's pretty good on his feet, but he hasn't fought anybody remotely close to Canelo. He could raise his game, but he also could not raise his game, as we've seen with fighters when they get their heads in the lights. So we'll wait to see. But whether he can outbox Canelo for 12 rounds and I think he could do well early on. But we'll wait and see. I hope it's going to be a good fight.
I think he will be. Joe, would you have liked that challenge of fighting Canelo in front of 20,000 people here in Las Vegas? Mostly Canelo fans. You would have loved that challenge, wouldn't you?
It's what we all us fighters, man, is what we dream of. It's what I dreamt of in '97, beating you back. Unfortunately, it took me 9 years before I actually got, the Lacey fight. Then, then to fight against Kessler for all the belts, man, is amazing. It's what we all fight for. And Lacey Canelo, I just wish, of course, it was a fight I would love to have had. It would have been a very tough fight, but obviously, it's great for the super middleweight division that Canelo is there at the minute, So let's hope for a great fight on Saturday.
Joe, another thing that sort of strikes me here, and I see a lot of Canelo in you. I understand exactly what you're saying. Okay, it's determination and an ability to adjust, and also, he doesn't say that much, but he did get very, very angry at that press conference about in September. You know that one where he throws.
You tried to slap him, yeah. Good counter punch, by the way. Good move.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised at that, Joe?
I'm pretty surprised by Canelo because you know what? I'm surprised that he snapped. I'm not sure what was said. I've heard that, but for him to snap, like for me, I've had things said, but obviously a strength is keeping your composure. I always kept my composure. Always keep a nice steel. Yeah. So for him to push him, I thought maybe it was just for the ticket sale for the cameras, but it looked like he did piss him off. So I'm not sure what was said.
He did, and he was really angry. And I spoke to Plant about it, and Plant said, "Hey, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't start it." So, Joe, let's get down to the fight. And the thing that I was going to ask you eventually, how does it play out? Ding ding, first bell here in the MGM, right in this arena where I'm sitting now. How does it play out once they start fighting?
I just think I think Plant needs to get the center of the ring. I think what will happen, Canelo will be Canelo. He'll come out methodical. He'll take his time. He's great at cutting off the ring. He's great. What I love about Canelo, a lot of fighters don't use is that feint, but a really good feint. There's a little slip, and I used to love a little slip of sidestep, and he quickly finds that angle. And in the meantime, the first 3 rounds, he waits for the fighter to burn off their nervous energy. So I'm sure Clark will be fast. He's going to be looking sharp, but he'll be burning energy, and Canelo probably won't wake up until the 4th or 5th round, and then the fight starts, and then we have to see if Plant can adapt, because you're gonna have to be able to have a plan B against. Plan B against Canelo. Plan A don't work, you're in trouble. You've got a plan B. Not sure what plan B would be, but who knows?
Hey Joe, how about this? How about Plant A and Plant B? See what I did there?
Yeah. I think he's going to need a plan 3, 4, and 5 as well, mate.
Hey, but listen, all good fighters have to adjust. Canelo can adjust. You can adjust. So we're going to find out what Caleb Plant's really made of.
Yeah, exactly. This is a big chance, massive chance. But he's won a lot recently. A massive payday for him. So, like I was thinking this earlier, sometimes you have to earn the payday. Now he's gone from probably half decent paydays to millions. So
yeah.
That's a lot plays in your head as well, because could you think, okay, it doesn't matter this fight, I'm set for life, or what? Or is he really going to believe that he can win this fight?
Yeah. No, Joe, I've sat with him. I've looked into his eyes. I think he can. Just to let you know, Joe, all that noise you can hear is that right behind this sign behind me, they're actually putting the ring up. And if I lean over here, I'm leaning over, Joe. If tomorrow at the weigh-in, on Friday at the weigh-in, I'll be able to touch. If I was sitting here, I'd be able to touch Canelo's back as he weighs in. That's it.
Give him a slap on the back, mate.
I'm not going to slap him. Listen, I've seen what happened when someone pushed him before. I'm not going to slap him on the back.
No, I was joking.
Joe, it's been a delight. I just wish you were here, mate, because we could go out tonight and have a little reminisce.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure we will do in time, mate. Another time. Cool.
Joe, listen.
Great to chat.
Great to chat. I'll speak to you soon, Joe.
God bless, mate.
Oh, boy, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, boy, brilliant, Joe. Thanks, mate.
Nice one, bro.